Okay, one more time. One more time. Okay. Hey makeup friends, today I'm going to be doing some rapid reviews of some items that I have been testing out throughout the month of October / September in some cases. I really can't tell, time has lost all meaning. It's the year 2020. So far, it's been 8 years long, right? Like, I don't know what month, when it starts, when it ends. I don't know. At any rate, I've got a number of items here that we're going to talk about briefly. But before we get into it, I want to welcome you back to my channel, or if you are new, then welcome. My name is Kara. I'm a 40-year-old professional and a mother of 2. I also have a huge love of makeup. On my channel, we like to mix beauty, brains, and the occasional F-bomb. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please subscribe. Turn on your notifications because I do not have an upload schedule. I just upload whenever I feel like it. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get started. So let's talk about ones I'm pretty sure I picked these up in September, possibly even August. I don't know. These are from Maybelline. They are their Color Strike Cream to Powder Eyeshadow Pens. So they open up like this, and then there's the product. So I guess the product lives in here. It picks it up, and you get the idea. I don't love these. They have the idea of being very convenient because you can just like wipe it on and away you go, but I'm going to show you what the problem is. So there they are. So this nudish colored one is Charm, and then the deeper shade is called Tempt. So Charm does not show up on my skin tone. Like, it's over here somewhere. I can't even tell already with the lighting. It's there somewhere. It doesn't show up on my skin tone. Tempt definitely does. However, it's really difficult to blend. So while there is this convenience aspect where you can just like shove it all over the lid, it's really difficult to blend it out along the edges, so you get this really harsh line. And then when you do spend time blending it, as you can see, it just sort of blends away. So then you're not really left with the color that you're looking for. You get what I'm saying? And then over the course of the day, as you're wearing it, it fades even more. One of them doesn't even show up to begin with, so it's all but invisible by the end of the day. And then this one sort of creases and it like gathers weirdly and it fades, and it's not a nice product. I don't recommend. I like the idea of them, but the practicality is just not there. I'm going to very briefly talk about this palette from Wet n Wild. This is the limited edition, is it Kuromi, I guess? Some little characters that I don't know who they are. I don't know. But I picked it up for a couple of reasons, none of which are good. One, I picked it up because I was excited to see something new in our drugstore. We don't tend to get the limited edition stuff up here in Canada, so when I saw it, oh my god, I cannot open it. So that's part of the problem with this. The packaging's ridiculous. So when I saw it, I was excited and was like, something new that I normally can't get. Let's buy it. Terrible idea. Anyways, then I also bought it for this shade. Like there's, what, 16 shades in here, and then that gold is what got me? Silly. The mixture of the gold and the purple is what got me, to be perfectly frank, but that one definitely drew my eye in. I have to be completely honest, I cannot speak from a performance aspect with the exception of that gold shade, because I really haven't used this palette all that much. Once I got it home and really took a good look at it, there's like 4 mattes in here, and the rest are all varying degrees of shimmery finishes. But what really turns me off from using this palette is the smell. It is pungent. Oh my god, it's an overwhelming scent. And it is not a nice scent. I don't like it. There's that. What the hell does that smell like? It's like cheap plastic, cheap candy, and maybe a hint of cough medicine. Like it's cloyingly sweet, but there's like an undertone of chemical. Am I selling it to you? I don't like the smell of that. So I just tend not to use it. And then also the packaging is like ridiculously hard to open for what it is, like ridiculously hard to open. Why is it so hard to open? Oh my God. I need my luxury packaging to be like that so that my 3-year-old can't get into it. If he wants to get into this, go nuts. Okay, so anyways, sorry, I'm being super negative, but this gold shade, it's pretty, but it faded. I wore it the other day, mostly over like the inner portion of my lid, and then I used some other purples on the outside. I didn't use these ones because the smell, but that gold shade really did fade. So briefly, I'm going to recommend something else. I have had these for a while, but I haven't really started to play with them until this month for whatever reason, and they are singles from JD Glow. This one is in the shade Limelight. It's part of the Metallon, I don't know how to say it, collection. Limelight, just remember that. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Like if you're looking for that greeny kind of gold shade, look no further. It's stunning and it lasts all day long. I'm also going to mention another shade here called Watermark. This is part of the Galaxy collection. And this shade is just so pretty. Oh my gosh. So there you can see them. Like they are blinding. This one has like a glittery aspect to it without being glittery, if you know what I mean. Like it doesn't, you don't end up with a bunch of glitter. Well, that looks really nice. Good Lord. Okay. You don't end up with a bunch of glitter down on your cheeks by the end of the day. These just like, they adhere, they stay, they're stunning all day. Highly recommend. Okay. I've started off pretty negatively. I have one more that I'm kind of like, meh, about, another one that I'm kind of just sort of on the fence about, and then we're going to end on a strong note. So the one that I'm just kind of like, this is from Kaja. This is one of their like bento trios in a lot of colada. And honestly, it was this shade here, this mustard, that really drew me into it. And then there is like a shimmery champagne color, and then a warm sort of mid-tone brown over here. The mattes, phenomenal. I have no complaints about them. They blend really nicely. They don't just sort of all mush together by the end of the day. But this shimmery shadow, it's really disappointing. Like I have had some of these in the past with the shimmery shadows, and they have been stunning on the eyes, just beautiful. This one, I mean, it's okay. So, I mean, it looks pretty, like it's a foiled kind of finish, a champagne color. I have no issues with that. It's just that it really fades during the day, and it just ends up just sort of meh at the end of the day. There's really no sheen to it. It doesn't disappear entirely, and it doesn't really like get caught up in the creases of my eyes or anything like that. Like it doesn't, what the hell is the word that I'm looking for? Crease. There it is. It doesn't crease. It just, any sort of shimmery aspect to it just sort of disappears over the course of the day. So you're just sort of left with a sort of matte kind of shade on the eyes, and just, they can do better. And I know they can do better because they have done better. So this is one that I just, not in love with. Just not in love with it. The two mattes are great, but that middle shade, they can do better. All right, so let's move on to a product that I'm just not yet wildly in love with. And it kind of makes me really sad because it was hella expensive. And that is this lipstick here from Gucci. So this is one of their limited edition holiday releases. It's a glitter lipstick in the shade Agatha Orange. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to read what the actual name of it is because it's all in French. It's beautiful in the tube. Like just, okay, focus. There we go. Can we? Yeah, like look at that. It is so pretty. And it's a really pretty shade as well. Like you can apply it, like that's just one swipe. So it can be a little bit more on the sheer side, or you can really build it up and get full opacity. And it is like, it does have a glittery-ish finish. It kind of looks a little bit more like a metallic finish than just pure specks of glitter. My complaint with this is that you can feel the glitter on the lips sometimes. So I don't know if it's just as you go through the layers, like obviously on the outside, there's a ton of glitter for that like wow impact moment when you just first twist it up. But the first couple of times that I applied it, I could really feel grittiness on the lips. Subsequent applications have been better and a little bit less with the gritty. So I don't want to write it off completely right now, but I do want to put that caution out there that you can feel the glitter. Now on the positive side, I mean, aside from the fact that it's beautiful and the packaging is just so pretty, it does have really good lasting power on the lips without being drying or uncomfortable at all, grittiness aside. Like I said, the grittiness is getting less and less as I use it, but it does have really good lasting power. It does stain the lips really nicely. There is a little bit of glitter left over on the lips after the lipstick has worn away, like after you eat or something like that. So it's a product that I'm not going to say I hate it, because I really don't. I don't even dislike it. I just want you guys to know before you invest in something as pricey as this, that you will feel that glitter. It may eventually dissipate completely as you apply it, but the first few applications you're definitely going to feel it, so I just want you to know that. From here on out, there's only 3 products, but from here on out, they're all products that I have been very, very happy with. Now, one I do think I got in September, so let's just talk about it now. It is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in At Night. I think they came out with this in September. Now, interesting to note, they're not all uniform across blushes. So what I mean by that is, like, Britt Clark, she bought this as well, and we were comparing our 2 blushes, and hers has a lot more of the colored aspect, whereas mine has like that highlighter powder more so. Happily, it works out. Her skin tone is a little bit deeper than mine, so her having more pigmentation in her blush works well for her. This one does work very well for me, but this might be one of those products that you might want to purchase in store so that you can have the employee open it up so that you can see exactly what your pan looks like, because each pan is different. But this is a beautiful blush. It has a ton of pigmentation for what I need it to have, and it just produces like a really nice flush to the skin for me. Like, it looks really realistic. It's a bit deeper than what my normal skin flushing looks like. Oh God, I feel like I'm falling down a rabbit hole and I can't quite dig myself out. I like it. There's the summary of it. It blends really nicely. A little bit goes a long way on my skin tone. So even the fact that there's not as many stripes of that color powder in there, it still works for me. So it's definitely not a dud by any stretch. It's a beautiful product. I have the feeling this blush is going to last me like 600 lifetimes, because there's just so much product in there and you just need so very little to get full impact on the skin. So I'm really happy with this blush. Next is a product that was recommended by Angelica Nyqvist, and it is this guy right here from NYX. This is the High Glass Finishing Powder, and I picked it up in the shade Light. So there it is in here. A little goes a long way, and it really is a finishing powder. I wouldn't use this as a setting powder because, like I said, a little goes a long way. It really does brighten up the skin, and it honestly could be used as a really subtle highlighter. So I just got it on the inside of my hand, so this is just the way my skin looks normally, and then you can see it does add a bit of a sheen to the skin. So I like to use it with like a big fluffy powder brush and just do like a quick light dusting across my face just to add a little bit of glow to the skin. I have had to have a bit of a learning curve with it. I did go in way too heavy the first time and looked a little bright, so it is very impactful, but go in with a light hand, you'll be totally fine. It is beautiful, looks so nice on the skin. I have saved the best for last. I am blown away by these. I am in love. I'm so happy with these. Kiss Magnetic Lashes. Chef's kiss perfection. So I bought the kit and I paid $20 Canadian for it, although I think that was a discounted price, so it is a little bit pricier. But for that, I got a set of lashes, and then this guy right here is like an eyeliner, but it's a magnetic eyeliner. Now, even if it was just an eyeliner, it's a fantastic eyeliner. So it has a brush application. I'm just going to do one little drag, and it's fully opaque. It applies so nicely. It doesn't transfer around. It dries really quickly. It's already drying. I can see that. But it's magnetic. So the lashes, if you're an OG and you've been around for like a really long time, you might remember probably 2.5 years ago, I filmed a video where I talked about, I think it was like gimmicky products, and one of the products that I tried to use were those magnetic lashes where like you put them on top and underneath and try to sandwich your actual lashes between them. Spoiler, it was a complete and utter failure. Like I almost stabbed myself in the eye multiple times doing that. So I have been turned off of magnetic lashes ever since then. These, however, these are so easy. So it's just a strip lash. There are 5 little tiny magnets all along. And then, and even in the packaging, there's like 2 little magnets to hold it into place. Let's see if they will actually adhere. I don't know if it'll actually do it or not. Yeah. And then it just applies to the eyeliner. And it's very secure. So it came with these style here, which are very subtle. So that style is called Lure. They are on the more subtle side. And then I recently purchased the pair that I'm wearing here, which is in the style Tempt, and they're much more voluminous. They are so easy to apply. I don't have to worry about like those little pincher things. I don't have to, if I put them in too far over here and they're like kind of uncomfortable on the inner part, I can take them off and reapply them. They're so easy. They're so comfortable. I haven't had them fall off at all. Once they're on, they are on. Taking them off, no problem. And the nice thing with that as well is like if I just say I'm out and I'm just like, you know what, I don't want to wear lashes anymore. If I just take them out, the eyeliner stays. You know when you use like an eyeliner, like a glue, and then you take them off and it pulls up part of the glue and then you have like all these little bald patches along your lash line? Doesn't happen with these. These are game changers. Like I'm going to be wearing lashes a lot more often, especially in videos because of this, because it's so easy to use. I have worn them multiple times and haven't messed them up once yet. I cannot say the same for actual glue. That's always a bit of a high risk maneuver for me, but these ones, fantastic. So again, those are the magnetic lashes from Kiss. I'm so happy that I tried them. So happy. All right, now I can hear that Barry has just come home with the kids, so I've got probably about 30 seconds before Bennett comes on down here. So let's wrap this up here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.